Boom. Well, we didn't have any music leading up to we didn't have any music leading up to it, but it did have a cool little end in there, didn't it? Our timer. Trying to do something new here. All right, everyone. Thank you, everyone, for joining. It's gonna be a great day. We go to our home page. Dun, dun, dun. Trying to let it. All right. So if you guys have noticed, we have a new November page up. So let's see what we are learning today. Today is Tuesday, November 3rd. It's election day. So we're starting our morning off with our live reading Zoom, like always. And then for unique learning today, you see the Thanksgiving stuff? Got some pilgrims there. And so for unique learning, we are doing our intro chapter. So some of you might have read it yesterday. So we're going to read that again today and do some comprehension questions. And then for our reading groups, PCI 1, you guys are reading the book We Go for a Ride this week. And so if you missed yesterday's lesson, you might want to go back and do that one as well. But today you're focusing on the word friend. And then in PCI 2, if you're in that group, you guys are reading The Best Place for Books. And you are focusing on the word man and sister today. And if you are in that third ELA group, you guys are starting chapter 5 of Dragon Wings today. So I hope you guys are enjoying that book. So that's about the halfway point, I believe. So you'll be doing chapter 5 today. This week for our News to You article, we're reading about Election Day because today is Election Day. So it's an important thing for us to learn about and read about. So we'll be doing that in our News to You assignments. For group 1, you guys are working on syllables. In group 2, you guys are doing some fill in the blank activities. So that is it for your reading assignments for today. Excuse me, at 10:20, Miss Bryson's going to go live with her math Zoom. And in unique learning today, we're going to be working on some multiplication. So you're going to want to make sure that you join in on that. And then, like always, we have our Explore Math assignment at the end of math. And then for our social vocational video, it's a video for me today on focusing on feelings. We're starting a new chapter today called A Big Mistake. And so we have a new character who's going to have a big mistake at work. So you're going to want to make sure you check that out. And like always, complete that daily exit ticket at the end of the day. Does anyone have any questions about what we're doing today? Alrighty, so first I want to watch a little video. So like I said, we're learning about ancient communities this month. And so this is going to give us a little idea about what the word ancient means.
Hello friends, welcome to a new learning video. Today we're going to learn about the first historical period. Let's learn about the ancient age. The ancient age is one at the end of the Iron Age, that is prehistory, and it starts with the appearance of writing around 4,000 years before Christ. And
TNT exploded.
The Roman Empire around 500 years after Christ. During this period, the first civilizations arose and developed. I am sure you have heard of them. Egypt and its pyramids and pharaohs, Greece and its wise philosophers and the Olympics, Rome and its strong gladiators and vast empire. To watch the full video,
Italy.
watch.
All right. So that was just a little quick short video. And so like Ari said, we are learning about ancient, ooh, that is not right. We are learning about ancient communities. And so first I want us to go over what ancient actually means. So first let's go over the definition. And I can show it to you right here on our vocabulary cards. So ancient, who can tell me what ancient means? Who can read that for me? Very good, from a very long time ago. So let's type that in as our definition.
Yes.
Ghost!
It is ancient Italy.
Oh, is that our sentence? Isaac, would you like to use the word ancient in a sentence?
Yes.
Go ahead and give it a try.
It is ancient Italy.
Is Italy one of the ancient communities from the video we just watched?
Yes.
Was it?
No.
Do you remember one of the communities?
Yes.
Starts with an R.
Ancient Rome.
Yeah. How about Rome was an ancient community? Very good. So if ancient means from a very long time ago, would that be a person, place, or thing, an action word, or a describing word? What kind of word would that be? Does anyone know?
Word.
Very good. A describing word. Very good. Sorry, guys, I didn't think this through 100% this morning. We're going to just put a little, oh, goodness. We just want an X. Alrighty. That's correct. So ancient is a describing word. Very good. So now that we know a little bit about what ancient means, let's go over to our book. And so like I said, we're doing the intro book. And so today we're learning about the difference between old versus ancient. So ancient does mean from a very long time ago. So we're going to figure out what the difference is between old and ancient. Can anyone tell me who the author is of our intro chapter? Who's the author? Molly Tittle.
Molly.
You see her name right here?
Yeah.
Molly Tittle. And and so an author is the person who wrote the book. And who's the illustrator? Can anyone look at that page and find out who the illustrator is?
Now the illustrator is Amanda Coleman.
Very good, Amanda Coleman. And so what does an illustrator do? What's their job?
Draw the pictures.
Draw the pictures. Very good. Thank you. So our author, Molly, she's going to write the book. And Amanda, she's the illustrator, so she's going to draw the pictures. So let's go ahead and get started.
Mrs. B asks the class to meet at the table. The table is full of stacks of paper. These stacks of paper are going to help us understand what ancient means, says Mrs. B.
So they're going to use the paper as visuals to see what ancient means.
Mrs. B holds up a sheet of paper. Each sheet equals 1 year, she says. Each stack shows a different number of years.
So how much does one sheet of paper equal?
1 year.
1 year, very good. So they're just going to try to represent years by sheets of paper.
Mrs. B points to the first stack. This stack has 15 sheets of paper, she says. Ryan is 15 years old. 15 years is not ancient.
So the first stack has 15 sheets. Is 15 years old? Is 15 years ancient? Ryan's 15 years old. Is he ancient? No.
Mrs. B points to the next stack. This stack has 40 sheets, she says. My sister is 40 years old. 40 years is older than you, but it is not ancient.
So it looks like our stack of paper is getting a little bit bigger. Is 40 years ancient?
What could that be?
Is 40 years ancient?
No.
No. Oop, our stack of paper is getting taller.
Mrs. B points to the third stack. This stack has 80 sheets, she says. My grandfather is 80 years old. 80 years is old, but not ancient.
All right, so grandfather is 80 years old. Is 80 years ancient?
No.
No. Ooh, look how big our stack of paper is getting.
Mrs. B points to the next stack. This stack has 200 sheets, she says. The national anthem is 200 years old. 200 years is old, but it is not ancient.
So the national anthem is 200 years old. Is 200 years ancient?
No.
No.
No. Say that again?
It's gotta be basically
Very good. That years has to get bigger to be ancient, because 200 years, that's old, but not quite ancient. Very good.
Mrs. B points to the fifth stack. This stack has 1,000 sheets, she says. The first paper money was used 1,000 years ago. 1,000 years is old, but it is not ancient.
Whew. Now we're up to 1,000. Is 1,000 years ancient?
No.
No, we're still not at ancient yet, even though we have a lot of years. That stack of paper is getting really high, but our number has to get bigger.
Mrs. B points to the last stack. This stack has 3,000 sheets, she says. The world's first communities started 3,000 years ago. 3,000 years is more than old, it is ancient.
All right, who can read this last sentence for me?
3,000 years.
Very good. 3,000 years is more than old. It is ancient. So we finally hit that golden number, 3,000. That is a long time ago, right? So that's more than old. It's ancient. The end. So let's see if you guys, I'm going to give you some examples and see if you think they're ancient or not. Okay? So was the grandfather ancient? Let me find the grandfather. Here we go. Is grandfather ancient?
No.
No. What about Miss Bryson? Is she ancient?
Mm-mm.
No, Miss Bryson's not ancient. What about Rome? Remember that from our video?
Yes.
Yeah. Some of these old
Later,
communities.
in ancient Italy, people got dressed in togas.
Okay. So places like Egypt and Greece, they can be considered ancient. And Rome, there's Rome. Alrighty, so there is some comprehension questions for you guys to do on your own today if you would like to do that. But make sure you guys move on to your reading groups and do your small groups and then your new CU assignments, okay? Does anyone have any questions about what to do today? Alrighty, well have a great day and we'll see you at 10:20.